Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. If you haven't ever watched my content before, my name is heywil, and yeah, I'm just an Ambessa OTP, and today I'm here to show you guys how to do some really cool animation cancel tech. I'll probably break this into 3 different videos, one with the more basic stuff that everyone should be able to implement into all their games, and then some more advanced tech that you might only use situationally for maximum DPS optimization. And then maybe in a third video down the line, I'll just combine the two into one giant video. But in any case, let's get right into it. So really quick, that's just a taste of the more advanced mechanics on Ambessa, where you can maybe animation cancel isn't the right word. It's more so just a dash cancel to instantly auto after you use an ability. You want to do that when you want to completely maximize DPS, but remember that you're giving up a dash, which would normally allow you to charge up your runes or voltaic cyclosword, or just dodge abilities in general, so it's very situational. What we'll be going over today in this video is much simpler, easier, and much more common in your games. You'll be using it all the time, and it is just absolutely amazing. I'll show you guys how it works, but first let me just explain how this functions with her kit. So with the exception of her ult, every single ability in her kit can in some way be animation cancelled. Let's start with her passive. So her passive, Drakehound's Step, is an unstoppable auto attack. And this is a really cool thing about unstoppable auto attacks that most people don't even know, is that almost all of them, with the exception of a few lunges such as Garen or Volley Break Q as example, is that they can all be animation cancelled into certain combos. For example, Darius W, you can instantly animation cancel that into WQ, right? If you've ever seen Darius do that. Or, you know, Renekton into instantly W ulti, right? Or even Mundo E, where you can notice him even after he slaps somebody with his E, he can just keep on moving even as he's hitting with the auto. Same thing applies to Ambessa, except it can be cancelled with any one of her abilities. Let me just show you an example. Alright, you have this. See how you don't really have to wait for this to come off then Q? Instead you could do it as your auto is still hitting. Same thing applies for the other ability as well. See? It doesn't even look like you did auto E, right? Instead, so why do that, right? When you auto first, then you E? When you could just do the same, both at the same time, right? And then again, oh, that's slow. But you could still kind of do the same thing with her W. And I'm pretty sure it works with her ult as well. Yep, it should work with all of her abilities. And this is just a great thing to know, and it could just sincerely boost your DPS just throughout every single combo. Alright, next up is her Q. So the really cool thing about Ambessa's Q is that the end can be easily transitioned into other abilities. Most commonly, you'll see this as E, right? We'll either go QE, and it's super quick, super fast,
there is no
like that. See how it just instantly goes from Q to E, and it looks like the damage just blends together. This is super effective, again, if you just want to get quick DPS, if you want to proc electrocute with other abilities. And fun fact, if you pair this with her ultimate, you can guarantee both the Q and the E, even if they smash flash away, like this, before the stun even ends. And it's just a super effective way of just completely one-shotting a squishy. So being completely transparent, I don't know if this is really an animation cancel or not, but oftentimes at the end of her E, you can make your Q2 come out extremely quick. And I think, and I might be wrong, but I think it comes out earlier than your autos or your other abilities might come out. Something like that. Other than that, there's just a quick short E, right, where you just do a short dash, and the DPS is just much higher than as if you were to do a long dash. So if you can, if you're just going for pure DPS, doing short E is usually better. So just a really quick tip on using your R as Ambessa, not an animation cancel, but just a mistake I see tons of newer players doing. Please don't do that. Please never ever do that on Ambessa. Did you see what was wrong there? Your Q. Alright? You never ever want to use your ult to dash in, then Q. Instead, a quick and easy trick I would use is just mashing your Q after your R. Because that guarantees your Q hitting on the stunned target and getting that perfect sweet spot in. Otherwise, you know, if you're a bit more advanced, you can just mix in an auto, right? Do something like that. Or you can do like a alternate combo where you RE then Q then auto instead, but that's a different thing. In any case, yeah, just please don't dash in after you ulti if you still have Q up. That's it. Oh, I almost forgot her W. Her W is a bit silly. It's not something you'll really be using a lot, but you can animation cancel. Again, this wouldn't, I don't know if this would really count as an animation cancel. Let's just call it that because it sounds cool. But her W can, at the end, do that, right? Where you can, before it hits or does the damage, you can just use another ability instead. Right? Similar to that. The only times I would say you would really want to use this ability is if you were trying to do some sort of weird electric Q combo, or if you're up against Garen. In any case, if you're up against Garen, you kind of just do this, and you back off, right? Other than that, you could do something like this, right? If you have electric Q'd up, right? And then you just hit him with the end of the E, and it also gets the W prime up, and then you get a flash and an auto. It's basically just E auto, and then the W damage hits around the same time, and you can electrocute them and burst them before they have a chance to react. So I think we've talked about all of the abilities and what kind of cancels you can do through them. But now let's quickly talk about what you really want to be implementing into your gameplay. So first and most importantly, the autos. I've kind of explained it before, but every single time you can, right? Just for pure DPS, you don't want to just auto, then use an ability, right? Like that's just slow, right? Why do this? Like why wait for the auto to finish, then use your ability, right? When you could just do it so much quicker. Okay, next up, probably just QE. That's what I would just use almost every game, mainly because I go lethality Ambessa and it improves the DPS by a lot. And again, the really neat part is even if they have flash up and they instantly flash away, you're still able to get your Q and E and electrocute on them at the same time. And that slow which your E hit provides, even if they flash away, well guess what? They're still slowed, you can still quickly catch up and hit them with that Q2 and they die. With that being said, I think these are the two main animation cancels I will use every game. Obviously there's the other silly stuff, right? You can do that. Or, you know, there's going E into Q2 immediately. That's also really good. Although just be careful that, again, people have flashes and dashes. So be careful when you use that. With that being it, I think that's going to be the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching, and please like and subscribe. I will come out with another more advanced video on how to do the dash cancel, and look forward to that. Alright, thanks guys. Have a wonderful time. And good luck on the rift.
I will never stumble. Never.